Alright, hello there everyone, and welcome to P2 Collectibles and Consignment for its locals Yu-Gi-Oh! Nights. Hey man, look, I'm actually not behind the camera today. I'm not playing on the stream, man, it's still so long. But yes, I am commentating today, so you get to listen to the greatest commentary in the world. Well, I hope it's the greatest. You all seem to enjoy it.
Yes.
But anyways, welcome to round one here for our Yu-Gi-Oh! Night. This, of course, is our paid Yu-Gi-Oh! Night, so it should be a lot of fun. We got our first round being Sean with Runic Sprite, and Grant with Tier Limits. Again, we are playing with the new ban list active, so the new cards are now officially here. So anyways, hope you're ready to enjoy. We'll be starting our timer here real soon. Alright, so timer, I'm going to take a look at everyone else before I start the timer, of course, for these first round. We got 10 people. 4 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun. We got a lot of our returning aspects. Mr. Jesus is here, Zen. A couple of new people. Yeah, I'm keeping that. A lot of our Grant and Sean. We got plenty of new folks.
I can put the timer up on the computer if you want me to.
Oh, I can keep it here. They can ask. They have mouths. They have mouths. They can come and ask for the time. All right.
Make it easier for us to not have to go back and
forth. All right. It almost looks like everyone is ready to go. We're just going to take another minute here. Apologize. I know you all want to just jump right into the first round, but we got to wait just a minute more. And I'll, of course, be going quiet here for a second so that, of course, you don't have to hear me scream. 2 more seconds. All right. All right. Alright, well, welcome to it, so let's begin. Anyways, the new ban list sure has given a power. Anyways, Runic Sprite. I've never seen much of the Runic here, so we're gonna start off with a... Looks like a card that's going to allow us... Okay, no, it looks like it's going to summon one of the Runic Synchro monsters here, as my camera decides it wants to now buzz out. So anyways, now we're going to summon out Carrot, then Hero Kid. Of course, then these two looks like it's going to go in True Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf is going to then trigger. Yep, here comes another Sprite card. Sorry, so it looks like we have, of course, one of the tier limits chaining to the effect of Sprite Elf triggering, and now it's going to summon itself to the field and mill cards, which then will trigger the engine. So far we have 2 cards. It looks like we do have a tier limit in there, so then it will allow to be triggers. So all right, we caught that one. Apologies. And then Sprite Alpha is then going to bring out the Hero Kid, and then we're gonna chain then Beast and the tier limits monster to itself.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to see. How is it?
Huh?
How is it Hero Kid?
Alright, so that was going to bring out El Shaddai, the Shaddai window. Then those 2 cards get to go. The Bomb Fusion Deployment still is in the graveyard, but now only 1 special summon for Sean here.
Because Hero Kid has to be the last thing to summon. Yeah, win versus yeah.
And anyways, 2 Hero Kids coming off of the Hero Kid effect.
That's why you gotta be careful with Hero Kid.
That is good, but that is your summon.
Anyways, Winda has, of course, going to lock out this. This is all Sean gets to do with his special summons again when the being able to trigger only allows each side one special summon for the turn.
I was just checking the summon of.
No, yeah, it's a win effect. It has
Yeah,
to. It can't be.
It can miss timing.
It can miss time. All win effects can miss timing.
Yeah,
You gotta love it
you
here.
know the difference between win versus if, which is very good to know, right, Zen?
Oh.
No.
All right. Well, anyways, it's Poland Cheese. Well, I
What do they
respelled
give you,
runic.
like a QR code or something?
But anyways, here we go for
Oh yeah, that's right.
Merlins, and we're gonna basically what Tyrants, if you don't see him, is going to mill. There is a questionable on whether or not, so we're gonna ash that. So again, no mill to the graveyard here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 𝐒𝐍𝐄𝐋𝐀 still has one special summon for the turn. You can still swing in here with, of course, the Winda and his attack position tier limit once, but I'm not exactly sure how much like attacking power the tier limit
How you doing today?
has. But Winda is 22.
Better.
I believe it's 22 at 800 is the defense.
I still have. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
So we have 619, and we of course had the elf as well. So it looks like we're just going to go punching into the elf to deal combat
Well,
damage.
it does get kind of
Here again, also El Shaddai Winda can't be destroyed by card effects as well. For of course its own effect here. But we haven't seen much of the runic so far. We've got a bunch of level 2s, which of course is great for the sprite engine, especially now that the frog engine of course is now taking a hit. Anyways, the card, of course, the first card we had was Runic Freezing Curses. What he did with his, it has two effects. You can special summon one runic monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. So it looks like we looks like it's at the pass there with a Winda.
Went around down here checking to make sure the doors were locked.
Winda. So anyways, we have Runic Tip. Looks like he's going to go for the effect of Runic Tip to search for a card here.
And I made sure that door was locked before we left.
Anyways, activate one of the effects and skip his next battle phase. So he's going to go grab a Runic card. You can have any one Runic card from his deck to his hand. He's going to go grab the Flashing Fire and then banish the top card of his top card of his opponent's deck, and that of course is a King of the Swamp.
I walked back around the table.
Alright, well, I had to go catch that. Winda was attempting to be destroyed by a card effect, and that is a legal activation on it, or legal target for the card. Because again, Winda cannot be destroyed by a card effect, so anyways, we're going to overlay 2 for, of course, and we're going to go to a rank 2 here that I've never physically seen in my life. But that is one special summon for.
So like if it says target and then it's could they still target it? Okay. Yeah.
Are you choosing that?
So as long as
It's a legal target. You just can't resolve the last part of the effect for destroyed because it physically cannot.
It's just going to do the same thing.
But anyways, we're going to then chain another one of the tier limits here. Mill 4. It looks like he did hit a tier limit cards, a DD Crow, and a So anyways, there is a way to remove the Winda, and then we're going to rechain, and then Sharon's going to trigger its effect and then go for its fusion summon. So it looks like it's going to fuse with, I think you can take any monster also from the field as well. So it looks like the 2 attack position monsters are going to go. Now Sean is able to resolve, but again, anyways, we have.
You're great.
I'm going to attempt to activate.
And then now we're going to activate the effect of the new Tearlament's fusion card. And now we're going to... Then we're going to mill. Here for the Runic card is really good at milling and then resolving, of course, the effect of the Tearlament monster as well. The fact of the matter is it does not stop the effect, so the trap card...
Bathroom. I'll take it down, Paige.
Effect on destruction.
And then Countless effect will trigger here, allowing to, of course, then mill. Of course, then it's going to trigger for its mill effect. A very interesting deck, nonetheless, that we have a deck, but Runic stuff is all about banishing. So here we go for Squamata. So I think it's a mill 5, so I think that was 2 Squamatas and one of the Chillerman monsters here. So now we get to trigger another chaining. So we can only chain 1 Squamata because of the effect of Squamata. Again, Squamata is a hard once per turn for either of the effects. So he's going to figure it. So it looks like Squamata is 1, the Runic monster is 2.
Summon himself to the field, and I can discard a Tearlament card. And Squamata will.
Okay, so now we're going to be special summoning at the Tearlament monster. Squamata is going to send a 𝐓𝐷𝐷 monster to the 𝐓𝐷𝐷 card to the graveyard. Had to pitch out a Tearlament's card. Looks like the trap card he just grabbed. It looks like he's going to send the Beast. The Beast is going to allow for a draw 1.
I actually do, but I shuffle the Beast back to get window. I was wondering.
And then
Anything on
resolution, and then 1 and 2. Beast is going to go for a draw 1, and then our little Tearlament friend is going to go for the fusion because this is the nature of Tearlaments, everyone. The power of a fusion deck like no other. And plus, not mentioning putting... he grabs a Tearlament's card to your hand.
Foolish, my bad.
So he's going to foolish a card, so which does actually trigger a Tearlament monster that has not been triggered, so I'm pretty sure they're all hard ones per turns. So mean. So here we go, foolish Merly, and then the Merly on a new chain will then get the trigger its effect. This is going to be very interesting exactly now what he fuses into. He has the Shadal parts again to make another window, but...
Now Merly effect once it hits the grave.
Yep, here we go for fusing. Looks like we're going to banish it, of course. The Kaleidoscope to the bottom. It looks like they're going to be making the big named Chillerment monster here, and that's going to get its... And then Kaleido Heart gets to trigger its summon. And then the carrot is going to be going back the deck. And what's happening on Sean's turn? Just the nature of a deck that likes to play basically on your opponent's turn.
He hasn't been summoned his turn. It was kicked out.
Anyway, 𝐾𝐿 is summoned. Kaleidoscope is now summoned. I believe he's purged through every one of the major names of the Tearlament monsters.
Everything is done.
So now then we're going to normal summon the Diva, trigger up the Diva effect. And it looks like we might have a response to Diva triggering its effect. And the Salika is going to be triggering here.
I can target 1 monster you control, negate its effects, and then send 1 monster I control to the graveyard.
Alright, well anyways, we're going to negate the Diva's effects here and then send... And then Hopness is a...
Those 2 on board, I'm pretty sure. My Soul Sweeper
and quick effect, you took a while. And anyways, we have another 𝐾𝐿 onto the field after going for the Sleek. And that is pretty much it for Res. We're going to then go for a link summon here to yet another Sprite Elf. It's 2 monsters. 1 must be included as a level rank. thing. So anyways, in the effect of course, Elf to resurrect a level 2, or rank, or link 2, I think. So yeah, here comes the resurrection. The big question is, it looks like he's going to resurrect the runic ritual, which for some reason is also a level 2. Looks like those two are going to go over. Now we have a gigantic sprite. Again, he can trigger the link monsters as rank 2 for himself. So he's going to activate effect to special summon up a sprite monster to the field. That's probably going to get him jet blue, or no, blue, and then it's going to get starter to his hand. Oh no, wait, he grabs. Looks like he's going to grab Genesis. Oh wait, actually, I think it has to grab a sprite monster. Well, anyways, because there's sprite monsters out, Jet's going to go. No, Jet's the spell trap cards. Now he's going to get the starter. Gotta remember, have all these guys work. I think Carrot is the negate. Haven't had much time to stare much at these sprite cards. Still interested to see them playing even after they no longer play the Frog engine. But they are playing probably the deck that will be tier 0 to the thing. Sprite starter. Now he's going to special summon a sprite monster to his side of the field. So, oh. Okay, so red is the monster negate. I believe Carrot is a spell trap card negate. Alright, so it looks like he's going to be taking some damage here, of course, off the sprite starter. So let's see. Now we have a blue, a Jet, and a red. Basically, I believe Jet is a negate as well. Looks like he's just going to link another 2 to go to IP Masquerena. So now we have the quick effect IP Masquerena effect to, of course.
This turn, I will get my at the end of my next turn. So I never had a turn. Right. I got really lucky.
Right.
We are going to.
Is that not how you spell sprite? Sprite. I spelled it as the fizzy drink. Apologies, everyone. So anyways, IP is now triggering his effect in response to the instant fusion. So IP is 2, of course, here. Triggering off and chaining to the instant fusion here. It looks like he's going to go for, I believe it was a link. Okay, so here comes 𝐓𝐷, the man himself who cannot be affected by your opponent's card effects. So we have another 𝐂𝐻 out onto the field here. So cannot be. So basically, because he was link summoned out onto the field, he cannot be destroyed by targeted by card effects and IP. Then gives it a little buff here. No, okay. It is Sprite Jet, just the adder. So it cannot be destroyed by card effect, can't be targeted by your opponent as well. And if it battles a special summon monster, then on battle damage step, it can start doing its own little gimmick. So this is a tough card to beat. Again, being that it does have the ability to, you can't target it with card effects.
It's probably better to go over that table. You can take it with you over to this table. Need help taking them over to that table?
But anyways, here we go.
Yeah, that's this is older stuff.
Can't make 𝐓𝐷 with Sprite Red, right? All right. 𝐿𝐷𝐿, thank you for catching that as well. I had not even realized that 𝐓𝐷𝐷 has to require from the extra deck. But anyways, we did get a different legal activation of we were able to revert to go back to a more legal game state. Yes, monster effect.
I will attempt to activate Sleek again.
But anyways, we're gonna trigger the 𝐒𝐍𝐿. We've already Now there would be questions of whether or not in the game states kind of we were able to basically get back to a game state. This is where it would be, but after anything like that would be irreversible. Anyways, we're gonna mail.
All right.
𝐷𝐿, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. So anyways, we have our mill 5 for the kit going back into thing. Now the two Merly and the other tier elements will of course chain to for again its fusion summoning package. Here we go for King of the Swamp and it going down into Millennium Eyes. The Millennium Eyes restrict not the Thousand Eyes, restrict the Millennium Eye. Now then we're gonna go into it looks like maybe another kaleidoscope. So maybe. No, but we're gonna go to the Preda plant here. And Appaloosa is currently at 0 with a whole bunch of damage coming in on. And okay, game 2. Grant gets to take it. I think Troopa told, I believe there could have been a trigger with one of the tier limit monsters at one point in time that Appaloosa probably could have stopped it, but again, I think in the end we could have. I think our opponents would have gotten to the end point where they are currently. Thank you for that. I never realized 𝐓𝐷𝐷 actually required extra deck, special summoned extra deck monsters. Man, if someone had told me that one, I would have told you what. Then again, I don't play the card a lot. So, Crusadia 𝐓𝐷𝐷.
Oh yeah.
Don't play the card enough.
Yeah.
But anyways, here we go for some siding
I mean, it's
here.
kind of understandable with how powerful it is.
Drupal, yeah. But anyways, here we go for some quick siding on our two sides. Again, Grant playing at the tier limits. Probably the deck that will evolve into the format as the tier 0 format once the Blackwing stuff drops into the format. So, of course, we got our tier player. Plus, Grant, of course, is a big Black Wings fan, so I know for a fact he's going to be very excited. Now, Steam the Cloak is off the list once again at 1, and Black Wings are getting all their new fun supports. But anyways, as our players side in, I do have card packs today. I got 3 of the Mega 10 packs. It should be a lot of fun. Let's see if we can open Pot of Prosperity, the most expensive card out of the Mega 10. That'd be really nice to get 2 of them and I only have to buy 1 more. Of course, I have 4 OTS 19 packs. OTS 20 just got revealed. To me, it's a little meh. The LT rares aren't too big, but the Alibers are pretty cool. And Ray did get, now you can play your Sky Strikers and nearly everything has been ultified, or it's the highest, if there's a high beyond rarity of it. And of course, then we got a Legendary Duelist, Duels from the Deep as well, because you know, there's a chance for a Forbidden Droplet. What I'd be more hilarious of if the Mega Pack has it's a Forbidden Droplet, and then we pull a Forbidden Droplet from the Legendary Duelist as well. But anyways, we'll have to crack a few of those here throughout the night. But anyways, like I said, we have 10 people for rounds. Let's begin. Who is taking the first? I believe it's probably Sean with the Runics stuff. Now the Misty Mine, of course, didn't get banned. I did joke that I would build just pure Runics and run around with pure Runics. If there's a reason why Runic Tip needs to be a 40-buck card, someone in the chat, please tell me why it has to be a 40-buck card. So anyways, now we're going to trigger off the thing to special summon out the Runic special summon monster. And then we're going to send special summon the extra deck monster. Then we're going to pitch out the Ash, and that's going to allow him to go get the Fountain. He's going to add the Fountain to his hand. That's when we start actually playing I mill half your deck with you.
All of them share the effect to summon a monster.
But anyways, Runic Fountain, the card itself, the powerhouse, that's 15 bucks. Activate Runic Quick Play spell cards from your hand during your opponent's turn. It's fun, it's real nice when you can just play all your Quick Play spells out of your hand, like we're playing Magic over here. Once per turn, if you activate a Runic Quick Play spell card, you can target 3 Runic Quick Play spell cards in gray and place them on your deck in any order, then draw the same number of cards. Everyone just loves to draw multiple cards. But anyways, here we go. We're going to summon out blue. That's blue in the glare there. Blue off the starter. Then of course we're going to add Jet. Jet is then going to be able to special summon itself to the field as well, and then we're just going to go combo down the line. So Jet's going to come here. Jet's coming out. Jet's going to get the a spell or trap card, or sprite or spell or trap card. I have to believe it's probably going to be starter. If I had to take, oh no, he's going to go sprite smashers here for the effect off of Jet. Now he has a way to go into, of course, Elf, and then Elf will be able to resurrect, and then go into Gigantic. So then Elf effect is going to trigger to target blue. And then, okay, so blue is going to go out. So that's just going to get summoned up onto the Gigantic. The Gigantic is going to detach to, of course, then get the red. No one currently on the field can only play anything that is level 2, only rank level, not playing anything higher than that. So Hero Kid effect, it's a win effect, but the win effect actually gets a trigger here without any issues because it doesn't miss a timing because it triggers on its own chain. So 3 Hero Kids coming on out to the field. So more level 2s, of course, continue the level 2 conga line that is Sprite. Again, Gigantic Sprite locking the field, to level 2s. So here we go for probably more rank play, because again, this is a very interesting deck strategy of how exactly it goes into all its rank 2s. So it looks like we're going to link into another Sprite Elf. I'm pretty sure Elf is a hard once per turn, so won't matter anyways. So I believe we're going to set the Runic, the Smasher here, but then we could be really anything. So in other words, we have the Elf, Gigantic Sprite, and a Hero Kid on the field. Very interesting. Here we go for the field spell. That also is a win, because apparently, Konami wants to power creep this deck. So Elf is going to be triggering here. It's going to be able to special summon out a level 2. It's during the main phase quick effect. So Jet is then going to allow him to grab. So on resolution, and then Hopness on the resolution activation of Jet. Hopness is going to trigger. And here we go for Hopness coming special down onto the field, and then we will mill the 3 cards here. A Beast, and there is a Hopness, there is a Muriel, and a what the monster has already on the field. So he does get a Beast. Here we go. So Beast to draw 1.
Right. Resolve first.
And then Sprite Elf is going to Sprite Jet, apologies, is going to resolve here to get the starter to his hand, and then resolution of now the triple chain. Draw 1 for Beast, and then here we go for fusion. Hopness is going to make the kit. If I had to take a guess. Yep, kick Kalos. And then these 2 going out, Beast, and the other one going to go into Winda by the power of...
On resolution, we're going to go kick Kalos.
Kick Kalos is going to... Right, now the field spell gets the trigger I had.
Just kick Kalos. Color Rhino is going to destroy 1 card you control if...
So it looks like we have chain link 2 to... So anyways, again, the...
not a valid target for destruction.
He can target it, but he cannot be destroyed. Alright, Kalos is going to be killed off, and then flashing fire to special summon, and then the fountain will...
Destroy Kick Kalos? Yes,
Kick Kalos, as we have plenty banish the top 2. And then it's going to negate Windows effects here, milling 3.
I need to get my rest
Yeah.
together.
And then the resolutions on the side of the tournament.
Actually, I'm trying to build Branded again.
I'm gonna kill the field.
Alright, here we go. So anyways, the field spell is getting nuked off by, of course, and then 𝐂𝐿 is going to then chain on the res. The fun of everything that just literally happened there. Oh man, I gotta love when a deck just when we have combo 4, 5s, and 6s everywhere.
Banish 2 sprites, banish a card I control in my graveyard.
So he's going to banish 2 of his own cards. When this card is, by the way, this is the field spell for the Telements, just Primeval Planet Perlino, which is sitting at like a market price is right now got it at 91 bucks. This card is activated. You can add 1 Telements monster or Visa Starfrost from your deck to your hand, which is the new, of course, I believe, support Tearman's going to be using.
I'm not sure.
As you game, if Tearman's monster you control is or in your graveyard is shuffled into your deck, that's a misplay there. It should have been
1, 3, and then.
And then
So we're gonna go ahead and
so extra deck that should be it doesn't shuffle, it puts on the bottom.
Hey, Logan. Hey, Logan. Did you play for Laundries at all?
What's you can target and then basically when a Tearlament monster is put on bottom of your deck, you can target 1 card in the field, destroy it. You can only use the effect of Primeval Planet once per turn. But anyways, we're gonna shuffle in. Effects are negated, but again, here we go for it. The
either 2 3, 1 token, or 1 of each. It's 2 or 1. It's not. I see about 50 split on people play.
anyways,
better right now.
here we go. So we resolved all the fusion summonings. We're gonna go for Super Poly, the card that can never be respawned. So Reinhardt is going to get a thing. So when the Jet and Gigantic are going to go. Anyways, Jet and Gigantic also going off. Here we go to summon something from the extra deck using all those dudes. So here we go for Grant deciding on what he's going to summon out. He's going to summon out the Predaplant monster, which is then going to be able to target the elf with its effect if he so wishes. So it looks like we're going to Foolish Barrow to, of course, trigger another one of the Tearlament monsters that he has yet to trigger this turn.
I've used Hovness and
He's down. He's like very budget. Like,
well, if I decided send
Merly?
So Merly is going to trigger, and then on resolution of a new chain, here we go for Sprite Smashers.
Yeah, actually so.
Looks like we're going to be banishing those 2 and removing the Predaplant monster. Here we go for the effect again of the monster hitting grave. This is going to make Kaleidoscope.
It actually comes with like 3 different hand traps.
And then,
shuffle.
Dimension Shifter, Ash Blossom, and a Ghost Bell.
so anyways, here we go for the elf getting put back into the extra deck and being able to swing in for battle. And then we're going to go in for
38 was, which one was 38?
so no Reinhardt effect in grade off of the mill.
Just punch 3,500 and 1,300.
So 35 and 13 coming in fast, hard, and quick.
And I didn't get. I don't think I got a puppet card.
Alright, well then here we go for the
So
draw.
you don't think you ordered a puppet?
trying to think.
So anyways, here we go for the starter again. It is a little risky.
Think of it as a judgment. It's an omni-negate.
Anyways, here we go for the quick play, or the counter trap. Counter trap effect here, bring, of course, then triggering the effect to, of course, then start diffusioning yet again. Looks like Winda and the tier limits are going to come back to make yet another one of the Predaplant monsters onto the field. And it looks like Sean's just going to give it there to Grant, proving the power of tier limits. Alright, everyone, welcome back to round 2 here. Everyone looks like they're about ready. I'll give them another minute here before, of course, we begin the timer and begin round 2 with 2 new guest stars. Jesus is here.
Hi guys, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, I know, he's glad to be here after taking an L.
Look, we don't talk about it.
We're all glad.
I was waiting for the third coming INS. He has blue balls.
I make no promises.
Alright, well, I'm going to say... Here we are, everyone. Well, anyways, we got Nolan with plants, or the Rika Princess, Rika plants, and then Omar. And then here we go for the Rika plants. Okay, I have to figure out how to... But anyways, basically what it is basically a good old just, there it is, Rika. Rika plants. Ooh, wow, that hurts. I can tell. I can tell by summoning a single field spell. But anyways, the Rika card here. Of course, all fixed up with Aldous Rebellion. Here we go for Melio. Melio to grab a trap card to his normal trap card. Trap tricks. If you control a Rika monster, you can set one Rika spell or trap card directly. So anyways, we have Trap Digger's Trap Hole. The card that basically triggers if your opponent triggers a monster effect in their hand, they pay 2,000. They burn for 2,000 and the effect is negated. Your deck to your spell. Trap cards also you cannot spell some monsters for the rest of the turn, except you can only use the effective Rika Con once per turn. If you attribute a plant monster you control to activate a Rika card or effect, you contribute any face-up monster opponent controls, even the Z9 campaign. So anyways, we have a pot of duality. And it looks like we're going to place some hat here, because we got a Fire Hand, a Mystical Space Typhoon, and I believe that was a bottomless Trap Hole. Man, it feels like ages since we've seen any hat. But anyways, hat format, of course, was a format when Trap Tricks was mixed around with Fire and Ice Hand, and also with the artifact cards as well. Let's see if the artifacts are in there. They are very good. Like Mr. Scythe himself. Still not also on a ban list. So no special summoning. We're going to destroy the field spell here with the Mystical Space Typhoon. Melio has yet to turn into the Link Monster, which is very interesting. And we have set 3. Alright, so I guess maybe we are just playing hat. It's kind of very interesting. My camera decides to take 100 different times to and we got a Duster triggering here. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta clean up that back row. All the back row removal now with Mystic Mine in the format. And the Mystic Mine now really in the format. We're all gonna have to play back row removal. I guess everyone's trying. All the lovers of it are going to have to. Alright, it looks like we had 2 strikes and the trap trick. Ooh. Man, no scythe, man. Nolan took a chance there with not seeing it. So anyways, now we're going to go back and get the field spell yet again. I swear, no, if you just pass on the field spell again.
I'm not going to pass on the field spell.
Oh, thank goodness.
I promise, I have a way to play.
Oh man, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. As much as the viewers would love to see you just pass on the field spell again.
I'm planning on going back in unless your house.
Anyways, Rika Con going. Oh, right. So now he gets to summon up a. Now we're going to go searching out for the Rika monsters. Thank goodness he actually grabbed the Rhoda for the deck. Anyways, we got a Rika card coming out here. One of the many monsters. Is apparently my Camera wants to glare itself to death. Anyways, there are quite a few. We'll have to see what it is. Anyways, we of course have the field spell also adding to our hand. Anyways, Petal coming down. Petal's going to get another Rika monster to his hand. The enjoyment of all Rika monsters. Yes, Rika Petal. A $7 card apparently for a super rare. Trust me, it's pretty cool seeing plants play as good as they are. It makes me want to build plants as well. Not too bad, but the Sunvalion stuff is the stuff to watch out for, since that's what's combined with the Rika princess cards. So anyways, we'll see. Now we're going to be triggering Con again. Now he's going to go do for the set again. He has to have a Rika monster out on the field to set a Rika spell trap card directly. So anyways, they're going to set the trap card there. Again, it's not going to really matter this turn. And then, of course, if you use an effect of a Rika, once per turn, if you tribute a plant monster you control to activate a Rika card effect, you can tribute. Is that, I suppose that's, Logan's? Or
Most of these are
Page. We're gonna do a set.
so anyways,
the mana series summon.
I believe he, of course,
It's Legend of Mana.
set Rika sheet there, determining on his next steps from here. So anyways, we're going to trigger off the Petal for the Snowdrop. And then he's going to special summon out the Mudon. Mudon on. If you contribute one plant monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, find an effect of a plant monster, you can add one spell or trap card from your hand. So it looks like he's going to go get the Rhoda again. And then Snowdrop here, the Rika Fairy. Contribute one plant monster, special summon both this card and one other plant monster from your hand. Also, you can special summon for the rest of the turn, except plant monsters. Doesn't hurt. You can target one plant monster control. All plant monsters you currently can become that level until the end of the turn. So basically, we're going to make them level 8s and probably overlay to the Teardrop, the Rika Queen. That's probably my guess is the Rika monster that he's probably going to be going into a $24 secret rare. Ugh. From Secret Slayers. I mean, he could go into really he has to go into plants though. And anyways, Teardrop is gonna go over Melio. Then you can attach one Teardrop, and its effect, you can attach one Teardrop from this card, target one card in the field, tribute it. This is a quick effect. If this card has a plant monster as material, it is now a quick effect. You want to use the effect of Teardrop, the Rika Queen once per turn. Each time a monster is tributed, gain attack for each.
So once per turn, I can detach material.
And it's pretty, that is pretty cool. But like I said, again, the Rika stuff is really only combined with the Sunvalion stuff, and we really haven't seen the Sunvalion stuff. So anyways, we have Rika Sheet. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Also, you contribute one plant monster. Players cannot activate that face-up monster's effect on this field of turn. Then if you tribute a monster when you activate this card, take control of that monster to the end phase. If you do, it becomes a plant monster to the end of the phase. But anyways, the field spell is online as well as the Teardrop, because both, of course, are active. Again, a plant monster is on the field, and because there's a plant under the Teardrop, she is a quick effect on the field. Neat. We didn't really see much of the Sunvalion stuff, so anyways, we're going to go Hand Destruction. Let's remove, it looks like 2 cards, one of which being the Rhoda, and draw 2 new cards. Of course, it just cleans out the full hand. Really strong in some weird aspects of decks. I don't know if that sheet's going to be really useful. I believe all trap tricks are unaffected by all trap cards, if I remember right, or just normal trap holes. I think it's all normal trap holes. So it looks like we just have a set, and so anyways, Petal is coming back under the end phase because all his monsters are plants. Like bad just seeing all your monsters being nothing but plants. Everyone loves doing planting. No one's got a green thumb over there. But anyways, we have, of course, the Teardrop again being able to use this effect. There's no monsters on of course, Omar's side of the field. And looks like Like we have a special summon, I believe, of. I'm not sure which one gets the special summon itself. They all. I believe that's Rika. I believe that is Rika Princess. During the main phase, yes, you special summon this card in your hand, but while it's face up on the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters except plant monsters. Not really hard in the deck that bases itself out of plant monsters. So, not very hard indeed. That is for sure. So, anyways, he does have a level 4, and I believe a level 1. So, it looks like he's got Snow. Nope, he's got Mudan. Of course, Mudan contribute a. You contribute 1 plant monster special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon again, he can add a Rika spell or trap card directly from hand. Then it looks like he's got Primula, the Rika fairy. If a monster you control is tributed, except their exams, you can special summon this card from your hand in its position. You can target 2 plant monsters you control, increase their levels by 2 until the end of this turn. So basically, because a monster was tribute summoned, and you can of course bring that out. Looks like there was no response on any of these summonings here. So it looks like okay. So that is a tuner. Petal is a tuner. Okay, so it must be a tuner. No, I think this is a link. Right. This would make sense. It's now going into a link. So let's go into the link monsters. So it looks like we're going to be mailing some 4 cards here. So anyways, here we go, mailing 4, and if he mails a plant, he can get 2. So it looks like we're going to have a response here to the activation of the effect. So it looks like
You can't go to face. It's a link.
anyways, card fizzled out here. Tried to attempt to activate acid. Try to trigger the trap hole there, bottomless trap hole, or whatever the trap hole is that flips your monster face down permanently. You can't flip link monsters face down. It's part of the game mechanic. Link monsters do not have a defense. Reason why there is a card currently coming out, a trap card that basically is going to flip everything face down. If it can't flip it face down, it goes bye-bye. No, anyways, Nolan is positioned here to go in for a big swing with quite a good amount of monster. It doesn't look like he pitched out any monsters here, so it looks like he's going to trigger the Rika Rhoda here, and he's going to go searching for a Rika monster. The fact of the matter is he has not yet normal summons, so yeah, you get all of that fun. So anyways, the pedal is coming out per normal. And Dance Beyond is going to then trigger its effects. So basically, he's targeting the 1 level 4 plant monster in his graveyard, making both monsters level 4. I'm pretty sure I thought one of them was level 4. So he's going to go into, of course, Rika Queen Strina. Detach 1 materials on this card, target 1 plant monster or Rika card in your graveyard, and add to your hand. He added Glamour, of course. If this card with XYZ is tribute, special summon 1 rank 5 or higher plant XYZ monster from your extra deck or graveyard, then you can attach this card to it as material. Alright, so not exactly going well for Omar here. He has no defense, and 2 cards have been set, one of which can still tribute, triggers affected tributes, and not mentioning, yeah. So it looks like we're going to be going into game number 2, and Nolan having that duster really does help against a deck that needs to have its back row.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Where is our Imperial Order to say no? Oh wait, right.
I didn't mind him, okay?
Thank you. As much as most people have an argument in my comment section about how good mine is, I respect the card. I don't think it's a good card, but I respect it. I respect its existence, and that's all I'm gonna say for it.
Again, I just hope your chat's not ripping me too hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't worry, wait until YouTube gets to rip you apart. Alright, here we go. Once again, our players are siding in. Omar didn't do much here. I feel like that's trap tricks. That is not how you spell the deck. Apologies, I'm gonna actually have to probably. I don't think there's an S at the end of that, and it's making me. I'm gonna have to go figure it out. Yeah, there is no S at the end of it. Trap tricks. For some reason, trap tricks. I guess yeah, you could do an S, but I think it'd be like an ES, not just an S. Who knows? This is not grammar lessons with your host, though. So you all can rip me in the comment section of once this goes to YouTube, and of course, rip me now when, of course, in my chat. Alright, well anyways, Nolan did get first here. Looks like our players have just finished up sighting. Very interesting to see Nolan on the plants today. We didn't really get to see any of the 𝐿 stuff, but hey. I know, I saw you couldn't get to it. But we're glad we got to see some Rika stuff come out. Again, still a very interesting deck. I know it recently just topped a while back the YCS, or one of the big named events for Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's really cool to see it. And I just realized that the round counter is completely wrong. This is round 2, not round 1. Round 1 is over. This is round 2 with 2 more rounds afterwards. Again, 10 people means 4 rounds.
You were gonna have. There you go.
Oh no, it's Floodgate.
Floodgate me? I should have done it on one of my special.
But anyways, it's going to be very interesting exactly who gets to go first here. Again, Omar being that he is Trap Tricks, and Trap Tricks is a heavily based back row deck, much like the Golden Lord himself. With the Golden Lord himself, I think they like to set up their board presence. I don't exactly know what his build is. I mean, if it's hat format, it'd be a little very old. I mean, we didn't even get to see like any of the Trap Tricks, Link monsters or anything. Trap Trick Link monsters or anyway like that. So it's going to be interesting. Here.
I just realized this is playing on plant.
Wow, it is. It is kind of playing on plant violence.
Chose violence today.
Plants decide to beat each other. Where's the zombies at? I thought it was Plants versus Zombies, not Plants versus Plants. Oh, wait, are the Trap Tricks plants? I thought they were like. I swear they don't. I guess yeah, they are, but I would have thought more like insects to me.
I think some of them are insects.
I believe some are, but I believe most of their arts are plant-like. But anyways, let's see what we're going to do here for Omar again. Questions for days. Of course, the best card to go first with, of course, is or we're just going to go for a set. This is hat, and then a set 3. Deliciousness. Gotta love having a set 3. Now, where's the duster this time? No. Oh well. Now Nolan's gonna have to get through these 3 back row, and of course the set card, which could be a Trap Tricks, which could be one of the one and only and then of course the one and the only we'll fire our ice hand, since we know that's in the day. Anyways, here we go for the normal summon. Here we go for the 𝐿 seed off the unexpected die. So here we go for beginning the conga line of plants. Plants everywhere, kids. Anyways, now we're going to get into all the Link monsters. Now the mini tree.
Summon by using the Sun Seed. I can add a
So anyways, he's going to go get these, the spell card here, the 𝐿 spell card here, because as long as he used the seed, and of course the seed is what you really wanted to go into this Link line, is off that. So anyways, we got a. All right, well.
I forget the roll.
I believe it's now he just declares a card in your hand and doesn't get to see your hand. Before it was you got to.
I have both of them out of my hand. This is the rest.
Ugh, woe for the sun. Some value and spell cards going out there. Eesh. Well, a good look at the hand as well. Hand knowledge, of course, is highly important as well. Kind of sucks that you lost both of them. But oh. Here we go. But I mean, plants, this deck still does have a lot of ways. So here we go for the Rhoda Farikas. So it looks like that he's going to be okay here. Again, he still has 2 face downs that no one does have to rip it through. So it is desperate. So anyways, it looks like he's going to go grab the petals here so that he can, of course, continue down the line. Again, he is yet to normal summon. Unexpected Die is a special. To the field.
I'm glad you found it. Normal petal effect.
And then normal of the petal. Petal effect is going to then search. It looks like that is all good. It's going to add the Snowdrop to his hand. Question whether or not if activating the Snowdrop will give him another card here to summon. I believe he did have another plant when we of course got a good look at his hand thanks to that Mind Crush. So Rika Princess is coming out to the field. Gotta love him. So basically just nothing else. Alright, so now we have a level 4, a level 1, and then Snowdrop is going to tribute to the... so here we go. No response on the summon. So on res summon we're going to be going for what? It looks like we might have something on res summon from Oscar Omar. I'm not sure. It looks like we're going to strike. I believe he had to have strike the Snowdrop on his summon.
So you're striking the sun.
Wouldn't you have to strike when you activate Snowdrops for its special summoning?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because once it comes out of the field, it's already been resolved.
Yeah. You still have your strike.
Yeah, there was attempted strike, but it has to strike on when Snowdrop triggers its effect to special summon. Because the effect, but now there's a strike that, of course, no one now knows because, you know. So it looks like we have Mudon, of course, getting him a Rika spell or trap card. Here he may be going for the field spell. That's what I thought he would be going for with the Rika cards, and of course then it's going to let him set a Rika card as well. Now the issue, of course, is the strike. But then again, there is still the one unknown trap card or set card. So here we go for Con. That's probably going to set Sheet. If I had to take a guess of the trap card that's going to be set here. Yep, it looked like Sheet was set. Now being on the field means that if he ever tributes summons a plant or triggers the effect of a plant tribute. It looks like we're going to flip it over. It's going to be a Fire Hand. Fire Hand, I believe. So I'm going to take 1,000 again. And then, of course, when he takes effect, we gain. So is there a response on that summoning? Nope. It looks like we're going to summon a Sun Valion monster from the extra deck to the arrow it points to. Of course, it's real nice the fact that he basically didn't take the damage, knows what the monster is. Funny enough, I actually saw this U-Link in Master Duel. It's hilarious that he can do. So it looks like he won't be summoning that Sun Valion.
So for one, if a Sun Avalon Link monster leaves the field, just auto-destroy this card.
Alright, so it looks like
Target one Sun Avalon Link monster.
So basically, he's going to be able to remove a monster from the field and also gain some attack points here as well from this Symbeleon Thresher. So that is it for the battle. It looks like he's just going to remove those two so that he can immediately just destroy the Fire Hand here using the Thresher's effect when it leaves the field. It's just straight up just leaves the field. You gotta love those Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You gotta love those Yu-Gi-Oh cards indeed. Anyways, we're gonna go to the Jasmine. The fun of Jen.
This card, if you play monsters, this card plays 2 copies.
So basically, if you've never seen what the Aroma Mages are all about, it's about gaining life points over. So as long as, again, Nolan's life points are higher.
Yeah, you can strike.
So we'll have to kind of see how all this goes. So anyways, the Jasmine, of course, has left the field from the strike. Again, that is a legal strike target. So Jasmine gone. Omar has taken 15 for the strike with 1 card still face down. So the real question is, what is the last card that's face down? And Fire Hand has to be destroyed by, I believe, by battle or by card effect. I believe by battle. Then it gets to summon the Ice Hand from it.
Okay. Let's go.
Just a second. Thinking of where exactly to go. Still in the main phase 2. And what to do. Looks like he's gonna go Snowdrop, and so it's just gonna make everyone a level 8. So he's got 3 level 8s. I've never seen a 3 level 8 monster. It looks like we're going to go for a summon. What shall it be? Will it be a teardrop? I bet it's a teardrop. Who wants to guess it's a teardrop? Is it a teardrop? No, it's the it's the other level. Oh no, I guess we're not. So yes, it is the teardrop. There was a question of whether or not it was going to be a beastie, but no, it's just it's a teardrop of the Rika.
And then I will go teardrop.
And teardrop is going to trigger to tribute off Fire Hand. Again, no Ice Hand can come out. It wasn't destroyed by card effect. It was tributed. If it said leave the field, then sure, yeah, it could summon Ice Hand, but it can't. And again, Rika Kankan is active currently since there is a 2 plant type monsters on the field.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like the ugliest.
Oh, don't worry. We love ugly games. I mean, in the end, does it really matter? Winning is winning. Whether you win ugly or win pretty.
Did you watch the Thursday night game?
That is pretty true. Alright, well, anyways, he's referencing, of course, the Colts football game with the Broncos there. Anyways, we have Omar taking a quick read of the good old Miss Rika Kankan. Yes, it is that good of a field spell. It really is that good of a field spell. Not mentioning that Teardrop is trigger active as happy active as well. MST, the field spell. Right, removing, of course, the Kankan, and we have a set petal coming up again on the end phase because, again, Nolan does have out 2 plants, but he still has plants nonetheless. He has, we know he has sheep and some unknown. Teardrop is going to trigger, and we're going to tribute off the monster. And we have the one of course, the Trap Tricks monsters here. So it will be very interesting exactly how this gets to go. So we're gonna summon. We're not gonna summon Lo-Fi.
Make a Hail Mary.
Oh, we're gonna Hail Mary it.
Actually, hold on.
Oh, I guess we're not gonna Hail Mary just yet.
I'm gonna activate Petal.
So Petal is gonna trigger here, allowing him to, of course, get his hands on a Riki card.
I'm gonna be a smart.
Alright, he's gonna get the Munden. Mood in. Of course, getting the Rika monster card, of course, off the pedals. So he's got the Mood in. The Mood in, of course, can trigger its effect as well, or maybe that's a Snowdrop. We'll have to figure it out. Now we're gonna take into the Link because I yet to see this deck do a synchro monster. So, all right, now we have Density on. And then now we're going to get to triggering the mills. The good mills. Okay, evenly matched. Very interesting. And 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Ew. Wow, 3 cards went out and none of it was a plan. 2 back row removal cards. I'll wait to hear from you about that, getting that to work. About making sure your mills are correct.
Normal.
Anyways, here we go for the normal of Lone Fire. Lone Fire effects contribute itself to summon out a plant. You know what it means. We can summon another Lone Fire and Lone Fire go into another one. I mean, I guess it could be DT. It could be an artifact. This is sort of hat. Anyways, Lone Fire Blossom is attributing itself. Let's see what plant's going to be coming on out. It looks like a Rika Princess has just arrived onto the battlefield thanks to Mr. Lone Fire Blossom. I mean, you can go into Lone Fire Blossom, into Lone Fire Blossom, into Lone Fire Blossom. Or no, into Lone Fire, then into something else. No, you go all 3 and then purge into something else. So Moudon is going to get rid of the Queen, and then Moudon's going to allow him to get a spell or trap card. So it looks like he's going to go for the Rhoda for the deck here. Alright, so we're going to get, of course, the Rhoda for the Rika Princess deck, or Rika Princess line. And we're going to overlay 2 level... Dance Beyond is going to trigger. Oh, right. He's got to make all the levels because I'm about to say Moudon I thought was way more than a level 4. So now these 2 are level 4s, which he's now going to go into the Princess Strina. Strana or Strina, however you say it. Strana is going to trigger her effect. And then he's going to add the Glamour back to his hand. Not bad so far for a Nolan. It looks like no, he's not going to grab the Glamour. I mean, I swore I thought he grabbed one off of Mudan. So it looks like he's actually going to go for Snowdrop. Funny enough, you can actually do this, and then Strino actually gets to trigger her effect if she's tributed. So here we go for Glamour to search out a Rika card. This whole battle, we've only seen some Valiant do one thing. So anyways, I believe this is just to allow him to make sure Snowdrop has a friend to summon out. I truly believe yep, the Snowdrop tribute the Strana. Strana's going to get her effective special summon out a level 5, or rank 5 from the extra deck, and then basically add it as effect.
So Strana will special herself.
Basically, she just gets.
Summon a rank 5 or higher exceeds monster from the extra deck.
And here we go.
Using her as material.
Alright, well. My camera's not dying on me. Anyways. Ah, yes, the big beastie monster that gets to negate. Oh, we're gonna go Hyperion. Alright, so now we got it. We have a Hyperion over that.
I'm gonna go Snowdrop effect.
And then Snowdrop, and then. So then targeting the monster. Make him apparently level 4. We're just going to go into level 4 rank here. There's Strina, and then Strina is going to be able to... I believe Strinas are not hard ones, turns if they are. Oh, it looks like they are. Looks like we're just going to go poke a bunch of damage in here. Poke with all the plants. Plant violence. We gotta love plant violence. But anyways, again, real good punching here from Nolan. It's not a pretty win happening here for Nolan, but he does have the advantage now with 3 dudes on the field. So he's going, Omar is going to draw. He has a set card that he is yet to activate. One more set. It better be a good set to save him, because I'm pretty sure Nolan can probably just swing in for the game. And let's see what Omar's two sets were. Bottomless and the trap drinks. Or the grave diggers. Alright folks, welcome to round 3. Welcome to Water. Sharks versus Umi Control, Andrew and Zen. So this should be very interesting here that both these decks are water. Umi Control, of course, specifying that it's all about controlling the board presence with water, using floodgates to keep your opponent out of going into any other type of card.
The guy over there.
And sharks are just sharks. Spam everything that's great, powerful, and awesome.
Oh, we're celebrating Paul's birthday, but Paul was born 2 days.
But anyways, we're going to be shuffling up here. Everyone else is quickly being able to, of course, set up their game presence and do all of that. Then afterwards, we will be jumping right into round 3 here for another 40 minutes of fun. It looks like Zen's going to do a very interesting shuffle with for Andrew here. I've seen this before. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're within the time requirements when time starts, then yeah. All right, here we go. Water versus water. We had plant beat down, plants beating up plants. Now we have water beating up water. All right, here we go. I know Zen made a comment that I gave him his worst matchup. Not my fault that the system decides to do it. But anyways, now of course we have the little the hero here. Going to allow you to get Umi. Umi, of course, giving you quite an interesting amount of effects. I believe it supports all water types and buffs them up. So it looks like we're going to get a cut. We're going to trigger Umi, and we're going to set 2. But anyways, the card there, the city acts as Umi. That is a part of its card text. Man, it's been a while since I've ever thought about having that card existed. Hey? But anyways, we got Lightning Storm, the one and the only, nuking off all back row. Gotta love just nuking off all back row. Again, you can control. Anyways, it looks like demise of the land, the city, and of course then it goes in. So we have the shark coming down, special summoning out the other shark. That shark effect will now search out a shark, because I don't know half of the shark names. But a shark searching out sharks, summoning sharks, summoning octopuses. The shark there is now really fun. The card can't be. You can also, I think it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. No, I think it's by battle. And when that other shark gets used, so you can then make it in 𝐒𝐒𝐾, who can I think be. So we're just gonna go Bahama Shark effect to remove, to then probably summon the Toad. Gotta love the Toad itself. Yep, totally awesome coming on down. Thanks to Bahama Shark. Alright, so now we have the Bahama Shark that's already triggered the other shark. And then, of course, our totally awesome, which, of course, is a nice negate. So it looks like we're going to go into Ready Fusion, triggering its effect, pay 1,000 life points. Basically much like Instant Fusion, just a different fusion. Anyways, we're going to summon a level 4 monster here. So anyways, shark poking. So it looks like there is a question on the read. But anyways, it looks like the fusion monster can't attack here again, thanks to the nature of ready fusion being the same as instant fusion, being the fact that the monster cannot attack. So it looks like we're going to then overlay those to a crocodile. Now things are now water. Not that it really matters in this game, because this is just water beats down water. And it looks like Zen's just gonna scoop up and go to game number 2. This is a very interesting because I'm pretty sure Kraken is the same, has the same aspects as. There we go. Apologies. I had clicked a button from read from file. I don't need a magic read from file button. Anyways, yes. Basically, both decks are playing in a similar fashion to each other. Water Kraken turns everything into water, and one side has been completed. The issue then comes into all you need to do is floodgate into like Goza match, and because everything is water, your opponent can't even summon anything if their deck is not already based in water. So yeah, that's how you floodgate that out, and not mention that trying to remove the floodgate will just get eaten by the totally awesome. Then gets to negate, spin himself back to the extra deck, and Bahama Shark will be able to summon him back out again. You gotta love the power of Bahama Shark being able to summon totally awesome. So it's very interesting here, the fact that we have two. I believe we actually have another shark deck out there. Eric, one of our locals as well, also has a shark deck. So it's very interesting the fact that he's running around with sharks as well. So yeah, everyone's running around with sharks today, even though sharks become squids, krakens and stuff. But anyways, water. I mean, it's very interesting. The last 2 duels I've had on is plants beating up plants with hands, and then we've got water beating up water. 2 different control style water decks beating each other up. You gotta love when Konami systems decide to put these into the matches together. But then again, can't do much about it. When the system states that you got 2-2, you got the same amount of wins as someone else, of course you're gonna get it. So let's see. After round 1 with 10 people, there would have been 5. Round 2 would have been 3. You have a down pair in the round. Round 2. In round 2, we have a down pair. And then round 3, we'll have yet another down pair if the down pair didn't lose. So, I mean, Zen and Andrew down pair could have lost in round 2, and then these would be the only 2 undefeateds. But you still got to go to the 4th round. It doesn't really matter. The system demands 4 rounds, so we shall go 4 rounds. So anyways, we're going to quickly do up some shuffling here. Again, if you're wondering what table they're doing on and you think, man, they are stretching their arms pretty far, this is my wargaming table I built with my grandfather. It's just a little cumbersome to keep tearing down, putting back up, tearing down, putting back up, and moving a specific table in and out of there. So players will have to make do until we can get a bigger space and we can have a different area to, make as mandatory streaming area. But we make do with what we got. Another reason to support P2 Collectibles and Consignment so that we can grow even bigger into an even bigger store location so we can have even more space. We're going to start with a Pot of Extravagance, shuffling up that good old extra deck here. Now, of course, we can go right into. So we'll give Andrew. It looks like Zen's going to offer Andrew a good cut to allow him to go. So cost is 2 mana 6, and it looks like there is no response. So a draw 2. Coming down here, I wonder with it being Umi control if Zen ever really actually goes into his extra deck. I know like certain decks don't really care for it, so they play Pod Extravagance and Pod Prosperity because they really don't have a care to go with, losing cards from their extra deck to, pay costs. Well, anyways, we got 2 sets. Fascinating. Let's see what Andrew's going to start this turn with. Anyway, we got a Buzzsaw Shark. Effected the Buzzsaw Shark. It looks like there is no response. So Buzzsaw Shark is probably going to summon the other Angular-like Shark that basically protects from destruction. Or no, protects from battle. Coming out, that's going to probably go with the Bahama. Yep. It's probably maybe gonna go into Bahama if I had to take a guess. Here, I mean, you could go and cook, but I feel like cook is a master duel thing and not a TCG like what you do for sharks. So yeah, we'll have to see. So anyways, we're gonna overlay the 2 4s here and go into something from here. It looks like we are gonna go into Bahama Shark. I apologize for the freaky glare. It's like lights under that thing. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So anyways, we're just going to go in for a punch. Interesting, we did trigger Bahama Shark.
Yeah.
Very interesting, we didn't decide to trigger Bahama Shark here. We're only going for 2. Another Extrav in Zin's hand. What if he drew it or had it? I bet it sucks if you draw it off Extrav, because it doesn't feel great. But I wonder if Zin's deck really is a deck that does not care for his extra back. Because if he banishes up another 6, I mean, I doubt Andrew has. I mean, he could. He could have drawn into a card to go for the cost. Looks like nope. So looks like we're just going to be drawing. There goes a pot of extra. All right, so it's going to be very interesting exactly about all this. So anyways, we got Umi, and all cards are water. Not that it really matters. Kraken, I believe, is also like buffs all water type monsters by some odd numbers contribute itself as Yumi. It's just insane how like Zin's playing like probably one of the oldest card I've ever known. Still remember growing this card up with my childhood.
Page.
But anyways, we'll have to see exactly how this all goes. So it's gonna be interesting exactly. So it looks like we're gonna summon out one of the monsters that need out Umi. So anyways, I believe he's going to get Sea Stealth for any other card like that. It looks like we're going to send out an 𝐓𝐿𝐴. And it looks like we're going to go the trap card to banish it because Umi is up onto the field. And that will allow the Serpent to resolve because it affects the other targets for cause. So the trap card is able to remove the target off the field, meaning basically the target gets to resolve. So it looks like there is no response to the activation of the trap card in any possible way that matters, but reboot one of the few ways. To stop traps is, of course, banned. Yeah. Alright, give me a minute. I'm going to go answer something real quick. Alright, I'm back. I think I summoned was not a Bahama Shark. I think it's actually a Kraken. Apologies. What I thought was a Bahama Shark actually was just a Kraken. For some reason, he didn't go into Bahama. Looks like Zin is taking a few times reading the Kraken. I believe if it leaves the field, it gets to summon up the little Kraken monsters as well. Not mentioning that it has, of course, it cannot be destroyed by battle shark under it. So Zin has 3 good old back row all set up for him. He has Yumi, which means his trap card is fully active at all times onto the field. So it will be very interesting exactly what else Zin has to offer to continue the gameplay here, Kraken is making all monsters water. Not that it really matters. Both players are practically taking decks that play water. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what exactly 𝐒𝐍𝐍𝐿's face downs are, because Kraken could come in. It looks like the trap card is triggering here. Does Andrew have response to the trap card's activation? Because I believe it is a cost. So it looks like we're going to go for the battle. We're going to go for the Kraken swinging in on an attack deck. Is their response on attack declaration? So it looks like Umi is getting sent for cost. Oh, right. This is the he can summon up a sea monster from his deck here. All right. Anyways, it looks like Umi is going to get moved here, and he's going to be able to such a summon. Of course, this is an attack declaration of the Kraken coming in. It looks like Andrew's taking a read of the Sea Serpent monster that was banned. Of course, is currently banished off the field thanks to the other card. Now, again, Yumi must be on the field for the trap card to trigger. But it looks like we're going to summon out a couple of dudes here. And it looks like we're going to... So it looks like Andrew's going to read the two guys before he considers going for the redeclare from the Kraken. Again, something changed within the battle that changed the ability to change the target. So a redirect is allowed. Now, not many things can cause a reject. For instance, if whatever he attacked was like destroyed by a card effect or something like that, that doesn't cause redirect. Nothing changed the declaration of the battle target. So there are a few things that do not cause redirect, but this will cause a redirect because again, Zen originally was being attacked with no monsters. Now he has two monsters on attack deck due to a card effect, changing the state of the field during battle. So redirect is allowed. So two monsters on the field. So it looks like we're going to redeclare. And then we're going to, looks like we're going to be triggering the trap card yet again. The question is whether or not we will be...
This card is toxic and needs
So,
no.
it looks like Imperm is going to be triggering...
Back on this in my page.
When has he ever left it? But anyways, it's going to also turn off the trap card in the column by targeting one of the two effect monsters. And now we're going to have a judgment on half the life points paid to stop an Imperm. It looks like, so we're going to spin the monster back to Zin's hand thanks to the trap card. Here, again, I believe another redirect can be moved forward. So it looks like on activation yet again, he's going to be able to trigger another card effect. So I kind of have to figure out exactly. But anyways, it looks like we're going to be bringing good old Yumi back. The Sea Serpent is coming back at the end of the turn. And now we're going to make our...
Well, so,
I love you, Logan.
yeah. But
That's question is what? Oh, how are we moving on forward with everything? So it looks like again we're reading up that Stealth Kraken there. Want to make sure we fully understand the effect of how it works, how it can trigger on any one type effect, and basically tribute the monster and deal 1,000 points of damage.
I will go ahead and infuse these two back.
So it looks like we're gonna be spinning a couple cards back, and whether or not we want to spin back. So it looks like yes, the Kraken is going to be destroyed. And Zen's going to get back his monster, and he's going to be able to special summon.
It's kind of special monster. I feel like he gave us filler monster effect.
So it looks like, of course, we are negating that with, of course, our little friend T, and then imperm that. So it looks like, of course, the imperm, of course, targeted, and then the effect. So anyways, the stealth attack is just being questioned on once per turn now. It's a soft once per turn per copy.
No, that was where in.
No, I judgment.
Judgment to the imperm to stop the imperm. So anyways, this infinite impermanence will not have its physical target, and it looks like it is now Zen's turn. So that was still on Andrew's turn. Wow, we really are playing. We are playing quite a lot of decks today to say. So anyways, here comes the little radar card that came out in Legendary Duelist, Duels from the Deep. So he's going to be adding a card here.
If I were to choose, I'm going to choose a tribute and add 2. Adds a Rika, and then I can add another.
So we're going to be swapping to attack. We're going to be sending a card for cost to add apparently something, or sending a Yumi to the graveyard. Apparently, always making sure we have cycled Yumis. Then we're going to summon out, the big whale.
You know how,
Whale, and then we're going to normal summon that sea serpent again.
it's already at 51%.
So we're gonna have to see if I don't think Andrew has many cards left physically in his hands. I mean, this would be kind of interesting that the fisherman character from Yu-Gi-Oh has actually got his deck being played around with. But then again, Umi control is control. Control is control. We have plenty. We have enough floodgates in this game that are all annoying to deal with. Why is that 2750? Why can't it just be 28? Why does it have to be a random? Why does it have to be a random 50? All right. Well, it looks like Zen took game number 2. Ooh, man, we are really interesting into this, even though I have no clue what's happening what's inside of the field, and I barely know about the shark deck too. It's like, yes, I'm just here to watch fish beat each other up. That's what I'm here to commentate. Fish beating each other up. That's what you all came for. To listen to me rant about fish beating each other up. I try to figure out octopuses and big whales and everything else that's going on in this. I just don't know why I happen to just pick the two plant decks beating each other up, and then I decided, it'd be pretty cool to have Zen and Andrew, a couple of undefeateds on, here battling it out. No, they both have to be running water decks, so not really either deck's doing much. I guess we could thank Konami's great system for this game, because I didn't know what everyone was running. I mean, I think I heard rumors of it when Zen was playing Grant, but that's really about it, just like a rumor, what he was playing, and I have no idea what Andrew was playing. I mean, I knew there's a shark deck out here, and that was Eric's shark deck, but I didn't know someone else was running around playing sharks. Still, sharks are in my opinion, they're very good. The Stealth Kraken is a very annoying card to get through because he turns everything to water, and he has a quick effect attached to him. When he dies, he makes all the little Krakens. But anyways, I had to go off to time. But yeah. So it's really cool. Again, Bahama Shark is very strong. Being able to bring out Totally Awesome. I mean, it's probably one of the only ways right now to bring out Totally Awesome.
John actually told me about that cheese, the big cheese. Holy shit.
But anyways, yeah. So it's very interesting nonetheless. Oh, look, it's someone who was watching my stream and now he's here. But anyways, here we go. Only about 17 minutes left in the round for everyone else. We have everyone still playing. Lots of decks going out. Lots of decks having fun. Battles going out like insanity. Let us move forward with punching people in the face.
Yep. Oh, man. What'd you get? Well, I got an adapter for. Okay.
Alright, here we go. Draw 5. I suppose that Andrew is probably going to be taking first. Maybe they go for Bahama, set up to go for a board presence of like Bahama Shark. Maybe Stealth Kraken go in to. So, anyways, we got Ready Fusion coming out strong. Summon out, of course, a fusion monster. Now we have the Water Tinny monster. Okay. So anyways, they were questioning about the Water Tinny monster. Now the Tinnies can come back as long as you control a non-effect monster, and the Fusion monster is not. That, we got a Bahama Shark. Bahama Shark is going to go... going again. Here comes Mr. Toad himself. Totally awesome. The Omni-Negate of Omni-Negates. Toady Woady. We're going to summon out a shark, which is then going to grab probably a shark. But anyways, we have a shark getting a shark. Okay, I believe we got the Buzzsaw shark there. So, question here of quickly reading through, of course, the one and only shark itself. Okay, it's not the Buzzsaw shark, it's a different shark. It's a shark nonetheless. The shark's everywhere. Are we going to summon a stealthy Kraken? Alright, so we're going to pitch out a shark. I have no idea. Fish are going everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if sharks are fish. Are they fish? Come on, tell me down below in the comments. Alright, we got Bahama Shark, a totally awesome, a Stealth Kraken, all on the field. Where's our fancy Dark Ruler? No mores. Lightning storms. Well, I guess. No, Lightning Storm could actually be negated by totally awesome. So you need like Dark Ruler to stop Toad, and then trigger with a Lightning Storm to
need to grab one of those. Is it alright?
So Zen is taking a good look at his board presence again. He has to go through the Stealth Kraken quick effect. He has to go through Toad's quick effect. Again, Toad can actually tribute any water type monster. So he can even tribute the Stealth Kraken so that you could then trigger off the effect. So it looks like we got a Ghost Cherry. And we're going to be sending the Water the Kraken. So question is whether or not, well, we know, I think Toad is actually going to do it here.
I know what you're playing on.
He must have. The weird part is, I think, truth be told, if he had the Winter Cherries in hand, he probably would have pitched it out. A second Bahama Shark came out before Bahama Shark. So no, it looks like Winter Cherries will allow for resolution. He didn't go for the Toad on it. Interesting. I guess he doesn't really care. I mean, sure, does remove the fact 2 more Stealth Krakens are now out of his deck.
This is my first time playing it,
But we got Super Poly, a card that can't never be. So Toad can't even respond to this. So it looks like the Kraken and the Toad are gonna go out, and we're gonna summon a. Oh right, it's the one weird new bird. I actually have a copy of it right next to me, thanks to a good friend. Gara, Wings of the Resilient Lee. Basically, the fuse summon, it's 2 monsters with the same type and attribute with different names. Kraken and Toad are both water type. Water, whatever Kraken is, fish. I have no idea. And then any battle damage your opponent takes from battles involving this card is doubled. Real nice. So it pretty much already does 3k damage if it attacks an open board state. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Also really nice. Anyways, then we got the Jellyfish coming on down, doing jellyfish things of grabbing sending Yumi to the graveyard. Gotta love sending Yumi to the graveyard. Now we're gonna summon the sea serpent.
Try this hack. I just brought something.
Let me
Let me
search it.
see if it's the same one I just got or not. That don't matter. Yeah, because hopefully.
Alright, well anyways, we got the sea serpent going to get a card here, probably the stealth. So it looks like he is gonna grab sea stealth here for it.
See how we try to open them up perfect. Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of figure out
Yeah.
set two. Well, we know one of those is sea stealth. Okay, so he didn't go into battle, which is kind of very interesting. But I believe the gate can't trigger just yet because it's not a. Because I don't think he has Yumi up on the field. I mean, there's a way to probably get to Yumi on the field. I mean, sea stealth can do it. Sea stealth can easily do it because you know it has a way to summon out that Yumi from the graveyard.
I might have the same drawer in my face.
Hopefully it is. I have faith in it.
So it looks like we're going from the draw to the.
I'll activate.
Like Leon and Charger are taking a nap.
So it looks like we're going to trigger sea stealth and we're going to activate Yumi from the graveyard. Yumi from the graveyard now giving all of card effects that state Yumi on it now their full resolution. Bahama Shark is going to be going for trigger, and there can only be one. Well, Bahama Shark has to summon something that is not alright. So another toad, but there can only be one. By the way, the Gura is 22. It's 22, so 24, apologies, so Toad can't tear it through it. But now we have there can only be one. Again, if you've never seen there can only be one, you can only control one type of monster on the field at any one time. So whatever Bahama Shark and Toad are cannot be on the no other monsters of those types can be on the field. Much like Zin cannot have anything else, cannot have any other typing of whatever. He can't have another winged beast. I doubt he's playing any other winged beasts. Whatever the jellyfish and whatever the sea serpent are cannot have any others on the field of that type. So again, a very, very interesting floodgate. It's surprising that people don't complain about there can only be one as much as people complain about Mystic Mine. I think Mystic Mine does much worse for the game than much unhealthy on fun. But everyone's saying it's like Max C for the OCG. Max C is never getting banned, never gotten anything hit to it in the OCG, and truth be told, I think Mystic Mine is never probably going to get hit. Hey, I would much to enjoy the love for a fact to have Mystic Mine go to 1, but no one's ever going to listen to me. I'm too small for Konami. So anyways, we're going to go into the stealth. So anyways, it looks like Sea Stealth is triggering its other area effects in battle as well, besides its being activated effect. So Toad could consider to go for his Nogate if it so wishes. So it looks like Toad is going to go for the gate. Oh no, it looks like Toad actually went to the graveyard. Toad is actually getting right, because it happened in damage step. Toad can't trigger in damage, so Toad is off to back to the at least something went back to the extra deck, either whether or not it's a Stealth Kraken or a one and only Totally Awesome. Probably a Totally Awesome. But the problem is Bahama Shark can't really bring Toad back out, and that's all really Andrew really has. It's just Bahama Shark. I mean, he still has time to play through the round and fight through it, but he has. You have to see. But yes, Totally Awesome did go back in. So anyways, it looks like the Sea Serpent's going to be triggering here. Looks like we will be adding, or going for the fish radar, and that's going to then get him into another looks like he's gonna go get the big whale. Again, as long as it doesn't match any typing of cards that are already existing onto the field. Looks like he is going to get.
I'll let you choose a pack this time. Well, I'm sure I would even think the next.
So, anyways, it looks like Yumi is going to hit the graveyard to allow him to spawn his big whale. Again, as long. Again, that's going to go to attack, allowing it to go for the 3K beat stick, and Andrew is going to take the loss. All right, everyone, welcome to the final round of the night. Here we are. Welcome to it. Welcome to it.
It's Tommy Oliver's from Power Rangers so I can have a fucking ponytail. Everything else can wait.
Honestly, I kind of hope I go bald.
But anyways, apologies. I was looking over the area, and I apologize. But anyways, we got Omar back again with his trap tricks, trying to redeem himself on the stream, and Jeff with branded Despy. It's been a while since we've seen a branded deck for quite some time. So yeah, it's time to get the line going here. But anyways, this is the last round of the night, which means after this, well, we thank you for joining us. So, of course, now it's all our winners, hand out all the prizing and all that, and then tomorrow I got recording to do. Much recording to do. But anyways, I think almost everyone is ready to go, and I'm going to announce the time.
You don't get in trouble when you start trying to monetize.
But anyways, here we go, everyone.
It's Eric's. Today's Eric's birthday.
And it's also, we were also celebrating Paul as well. But yes, Paul had recently a good friend, Eric, had his birthday, and Paul was celebrating his as well, as Jeff is starting the turn with branded fusion. Man, it's like I haven't seen this enough in,
DT?
So I get it back.
I bought Eric his own copy of
But anyways, here we go for a Shadow Beast and a Fallen Alabaz, and up for the Lubin. Beast will be activate itself on a different chain and then triggering with, of course, Lubin, depending on the nature. So Lubin is triggering here to pitch out. I don't know if the Beast is on. So it looks like these two are going to go back, so it's not going to trigger with the Lubin here. Trigger with the Lubin here, so we're just going to be going into, of course, Winda here to lock our opponents into one special summon each, including himself as well. So that does lock Jeff as well. Now that it's summoned onto the field, he is locked. So Lure of Darkness, he is going to draw 2. Again, if he doesn't have a dark to banish, he must pitch his entire hand to the graveyard. Apparently I guess that is dark. But anyways, if he controls like a branded or a specific fusion type monster, he can but anyways, Lubin has already triggered its effect. Nothing else they can really
Since I
do.
can't seem to find my quintet, I got one off of Logan.
Alright, here we go.
I know where your
The best.
solutions are. They're in my pocket. Libros are literally in my pocket.
Also, you also have the.
So Melio is triggering here to allow him to add it.
Yeah, I know.
Don't know if no. Okay, so he did get Ash there.
Yeah.
I had to see that the Ash went down. So anyways, here we go for the 3 set. The power of it all.
None of the Kshatriya law are secret.
So here we go for Luban. I think Luban is 2,500 attack because I know it's a 3K booty. It's like it's a big booty, big butts.
I'm gonna come back with
But
DT.
anyways, Luban going over Melio. We're gonna trigger Mirror Force. Well, that isn't thing. But anyways, Mirror Force destroying all type position. No, and we're gonna go for Mystic Mine in the wrong location that it should be. Mystic Mine doesn't go in the middle of the battlefield, it goes in whatever. Well, I won't. Who cares? Alright, so as long as Jeff doesn't have more monsters, then Omar can't trigger anything. No monster effects, no nothing. The only thing he can trigger is spell or trap card effects. That's the only thing mine gets around. Rounds, just the effect of the matter. I don't know why it's in the middle of the board presence instead of in the field spell zone, but okay. I'm not gonna question it. It's the middle. It's the last round of the day. It's at least being legally activated, legally resolved, or legally doing something. All right. The question is whether or not that window could be destroyed by mirror force. I suppose so. I wonder if it can, because it's actually can't be destroyed by card effect. That is the question of the day. Well, they didn't call judge, so they went already on with it in the board state. So it'd already be it would already be accepted board state at this point now. Mr. Mine basically is making it accepts at the board state. Truth be told, if the window was there, it wouldn't matter anyway. So the great issue is that since he's playing a trap trick deck, the aspect is that nothing in the trap trick engine has like any spell or trap card removal. Let's see that. Mystic Mine is reciprocal, so unless Jeff has some way to remove the Mystic Mine, he can't summon more than just one dude, so Mystic Mine doesn't affect either of them. The greatest issue, though, is that Jeff is uphill battle. He does have the entire. So it looks like we had a draw for the turn. And just a read over of the greatest card ever printed in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Of the mind that is mystic. You know, as much as I love it, I'm glad Master Duel doesn't have it. I feel Master Duel would have it so much worse if Mystic Mine was in the format. But I guess we can sit here and twiddle thumbs and produce the greatest card gameplay in the world. And Paul Farr just walked through the door. And he's shaking his head at all of us. He just... But anyways, I guess we just passed again, and by oddity of everything that is going on right now. What do you want me to talk about right now? The weather? The weather's cold in Indiana. It's chilly. It's cold. Some people would just simply scoop this unless they have the out. I mean, Omar does have one spot open, which means if he draws into some out to Mystic Mine, he gets it. So now we have a fall of Alabaz, and hey, look, I hope Jeff does realize how this card works. Alright, so fall of Alabaz on summon. What we got? Alright, so there was a question about whether or not Mystic Mine can actually now be triggering. Fall of Malbaz can trigger with Mystic Mine on the field. He can, so cost is to pitch out a Mystic Mine targeting him and the Melio to go for it. So now we're going to go for the fusion. So here we go for the fusion. Looks like we have Lubellion. So it looks like we're going to trigger a bottomless trap hole. So banishing the Rebellion. Now we have branded in red here, bringing the Fall of Alabaz back to his hand, and then he'll be able to fuse. He realizes what's going to happen when he. So anyways, it banishes the materials, of course. So what? No. Okay. So Fall of Alabaz and something else. Without. I don't do no. So, question is, what exactly did he go for effect?
Oh God.
I'm scared.
So, question is, what is the branded in red fusion summoning out to the field? Because Brandon Red does have to resolve, it is going for. So Luban is triggering.
Oh. As long as you have more monsters. But if you forgot to let Mystic
I think you're good.
Yeah.
But if you have the same amount of monsters or lower, you can use it.
Or if there's no monsters on the field.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mystic Mind. The fact is, Jeff, of course, allowed the trigger to bring out the Luban. Luban, the issue now is that he is under Mystic Mind. Again, people have to realize Mystic Mind is reciprocal to both players. It's not just reciprocal to your opponent. Again, as it can crack itself off the board as long as you and your opponent have the same amount of monsters on the field, or there are no monsters on the field upon when it checks it in phase. At any point other than that, it is a perfectly fine card to do whatever it wants to do, like make me twiddle my thumbs. Well, at least we saw some gameplay, and now we have an ice hand. Alright, well, anyways, we have a set. The ice hand could go punch itself in the face. Looks like that was the end of the turn. Mystic Mind has cracked itself. Rebellion cannot trigger its effect because it's on. It is on the fusion summon. So we're gonna have to kind of see how we go here. So Dark Ruler no more on the ice hand. Though, right? Makes sense to me. Opponent takes no battle damage for this turn. Spriggan's kit coming down to the field. So it's going to be very interesting exactly how this board state is going, whether or not a trap card is going to trigger. Breakthrough skill is going to hit the Spriggan's kit and turn off its effect. Now we're going to go into _𝐸𝐴𝐶. So the ice hand is going to get killed off here. Whether or not there's something to, of course, respond. No. But anyways, we clear out the ice hand. Ice hand cannot float because Dark Rule no more turned off its effect. Return. It's much like turning off the effect basically just destroys it. There was confusion on Dark Rule no more being able to deal with damage, but Dark Rule no more cannot deal damage when it resolves. It's one of the stipulations on the card text. All right. But anyways, we're going to normal summon a trap trick monster. This is the one that can resurrect the Malio from the graveyard. And then the Malio will be able to trigger because I believe it's on normal or special. Question is, where does he go from? And the Malio to, or I guess the Malio won't be triggering, but he can go into a rank 4 play. That's always fun. Alright, here we go. Here we go for Honor Arc. Man, we are pulling out the oldies and the classics here. Of course, Honor Arc can detach 2 material, target 1 monster in the field, and take it as material. So Rebellion is now its material. Again, Honor Arc has like, I think Honor Arc has like one other effect, but I've barely ever seen it. But anyways, Honor Arc's gonna go punch over the Spriggan's kit, dealing some damage. The good damage. And there we go for the pass of the turn. So it's going to be very interesting now exactly where this all goes. We got a, apparently a dark... We're going to go Dark Rule no more on the one Trap Tricks. So it's kind of very interesting. Nonetheless, I have no idea where this game state is going. This is a very interesting game state board battle something we have here on stream, and I love it. I love the chaos. I mean, I did play Pearl in I did play for Pearl in Splatoon 2. Got Call of the Hunter, bringing back Melio. All right, we're going to strike off the Melio. So anyways, they call the Haunted is a strike there upon activation, and then 1500 to Jeff. The Melio does not come back to the field. Again, people need to get responses. So. Oh well, it's last day of the day. What am I going to do about it? Anyways, we're gonna bring out a trap trick normal summon trap trick monster. It's gonna allow him to probably go get a normal. No, I believe this one's the searcher for trap tricks. So he's gonna get the one that resurrects a trap trick from the graveyard. Jeff will be able to be hit here for direct damage from both Honor Arc. Alright, well, anyways. Alright, so. But anyways, it looks like he's going to punch in with both Honor Arc and the Trap Trick Monster, and still Omar still has 2 face downs left on the field. Now 3 face downs on the field. And now we have a draw. Not much really for Jeff to do here with his branded deck. He's definitely on the uphill battle here, especially next turn when we'll be able to normal summon out a Trap Trick, being able to summon out Melio once again and basically go conga line down the conga line of Trap Trick engines. But anyways, here comes out the Trap Trick Monster that's going to resurrect the Melio. Melio coming back out on the field. Basically, now we're going to overlay those 2 into a pretty looking nice something monster. Question is, what is his plan into summoning? So it's really going to matter on how exactly we go through this combo board here and figure this out. Basically just taking some time of figuring out what rank 4 to go into, and your rank 4 plays, of course, to deal with just the one face down we have here. So it looks like we're going to go into the Trap Tricks one here. I believe this is the one that does the searching for like trap cards. No, I think it's Sins, and I'm pretty sure this is just game right there. We're gonna scoop it up. Omar claiming the win. Well, that was some fun gameplay at its greatest. Watching Mystic Mime prove its might, power, and annoyance to everyone, allowing me to twiddle my thumbs with happiness. Yes. But anyways, we're going to clean the board, let our players side out any cards that they wish to side in, and then, well, next game. Going up to the game 2 here, like I said, only 2 more packs to open for myself. And all of that. So what is going to see here? It's very interesting to see half format Trap Tricks deck here. I mean, people can play whatever they want. I mean, Trap Tricks is still very good. It's very interesting not to play with all of the Link level era monsters, especially since they definitely give a more evolved form to the Trap Tricks deck. But I mean, half format is still good. I haven't seen any artifact cards yet, but I mean, interesting. That's like maybe it's just Trap Tricks with with the hands. Maybe it's not truly hat. And seeing a more branded deck again, it's very interesting to see branded back. And sure, people still love branded, but now it's like branded everything, branded maids, branded this, branded that, branded something, shove the engine in everything. And now the Jester himself is now going to be ultra rare. Sure, I want to shove branded into the Dragon Maids and play that. Probably will. I want to play some plants. Might. Who knows? The great problem is with me is because I play so little Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't play really on a lot. And truth be told, I'm trying to save a lot of money for other things. I really can't pay and buy and do a lot. So it's always interesting of everything and all that. So anyways, let's get going. Who is claiming first? Who is claiming second? Who is demanding the game present goes to them? That is the question. Who will be playing the first card? Anyways, we're going to start with a Foolish Burial. A card of cards, a card limited to one and never can never come back. Now we have the Tragedy coming out. That's going to allow him to get a Despia card, special summon to the field. The Oliver is coming down, and he's going to grab that good old Branded Fusion. Of course, added to his hand, coming down for next to come on normal summon. He's going to get the Branded Fusion, and then you know what this means. Great, great fun, branded fun. Looks like we have an Ash on the man himself, Aluba. So anyways, we already had a Branded Fusion in hand. Oh, nice. Now sometimes you got to make sure you eat those ashes so that your Branded Fusions can resolve without issue. So anyways, we're going to go send Alabaz, the Fallen of Alabaz, and of course the one and only Dark Magician. Alright, well, Dark Magician went out too. Here we go for Rebellion. Oh right, Rebellion just requires any dark type monster to follow an Alabaz. Rebellion, triggering now. He's going to send the Aliber to the graveyard to shuffle back apparently Fallen Alabaz and the man himself, Dark Magician. Oh wait, Fallen Alabaz is a dragon. Do not tell me a Dragoons is about to slap down the field. Yes, it is. I totally forgot Fallen Alabaz is a dragon. Alright, well, it's been a long time since we've seen the man, the myth, the legend. The man's untargetable, unkillable. The man who can negate everything, Allure of Darkness, draw to. Alright, I had to correct the game state there before we started moving down crazy game states of beasts being triggered and stuff. But anyways, now we have the one and only man himself, Red Eyes Dragoon. It's been a long time since Red Eyes Dragoon has been out. So anyways, we're going to trigger a pot of Duality. Again, your opponent cannot special summon the turn he triggers that. So we have a Call of the Haunted, a Compulse. So let's see what he's going to go for the grab. I believe he has a Strike, a Call of the Haunted, and a Compulse. Not much that can really help you. Dragoon is basically already on the field. Strike really only hurts monsters being special summoned, or effects that would special summon monsters. So, I mean, Dragoons is already a tough card, not mentioning that when it goes for its negate, it's just going to trigger effect and then basically just gain 1,000 attack, going up to a 4K monster. Again, you have to have, it's only a once per turn negate, and it does have a 1 pop because it does recognize the fusion of at least a Dark Magician used for it, so it's very interesting to see Dragoon back here. Man, I thought I had left Dragoons and was going to have to gawk about DPE Man, but we haven't seen much DPE Man. So Dragoon's going to go and pop the monster. It's going to be an Ice Hand. There is no target for the... Yeah. Wait, no, does it have to pop? Lost. So anyways, the ice hand is down. Again, Dragoon gave damage to him as well. Again, Dragoon also has the one of negates. Omni negate as well. The greatest omni negates have ever seen. But anyways, we'll have to kind of see where exactly Omar kind of resolves on this, because he's going to get hit here with 25, 18, and 3, currently 3k. I mean, if he triggers something, it's just going to be eaten. So a mere force.
That doesn't kill Dragoon.
So apparently they caught that, but not caught window. Oh well, window didn't matter. But anyways, Dragoon, oddly enough, did decide to go trigger for the. But anyways, Dragoon is still here. It's very interesting exactly how Omar's gonna get rid of this guy when he can constantly, well, once per turn, rip the card out. I mean, Omar does have game 1, but. Here we go, Melio. Melio's triggering his effect. Dragoon, it looks like Ash Blossom's going to go on the Melio, stopping it. That won't be Dragoon doing it, but Dragoon next turn can just nuke it. Right, so the Ash Blossom's the Grave Diggers is going to trigger, it's going to negate the Ash Blossom, it's going to be banished, and then Jeff will take 2k. He could choose to negate it with Dragoon. I mean,
So the Ash Blossom is negated. So this.
But you have to wait to see if he has something else to chain in response.
Chain? I don't. So Danish is at.
This is technically.
Well, he doesn't have anything else to chain in response. Okay, this is the most interesting game state I've ever seen. Well, anyways, our opponent just realized that he could have used Dragoon to start that card. It wasn't a counter trap. It's a normal trap. It's basically a normal trap hole. Melio is going to grab yet another Grave Diggers. Not that really is going to matter. Melio still gotta get. Still is not strong enough to punch Lubellion or Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Dragoon in the face to, of course, get the win. So we'll have to kind of see. So anyways, we're going to set one more. Dragoon is going to pop the Melio to burn for its effect.
I started round. Did you know that they raised the price? Okay, when did you first get your seat back?
Alright, so here we go. Alright. So anyways, Melio gets destroyed here by Dragoon, and then we're going to determine whether or not. So here we come for Dragoon with the 3 here. And that is the game. We're going to go to game 3. I believe so. I have. Let me research it because I've never had someone attempt to strike a Dragoon before.
Take those Mystic Minds out, by the way.
Did you know that? And she's like, am I fucking crazy? I got mine when I was 16. Way back in the day. I got mine when I was 16. So I think I got mine when I was
All right, sorry, folks. Well, anyways, our players are doing their decks. Okay.
I personally can't do that because now I can't stand anything in my belly. Ever since I had that money.
They had a magic player.
strike. Okay, just to let you know about the strike interaction, yes, you could have struck, but you could only negate the effect, you could not destroy the Dragoon. Alright, apology, there was a question about that, but anyways, we're going to trigger a Dark Rule No More, turning off the Thunder King Ryo. The good old Thunder King Ryo, allowing, of course, Jeff to add cards to his hand. And, of course, then, of course, Omar will not take any damage. I need to give Jeff his win for the turn. For the win for the turn. But anyways, now we're going to have Aliber. Aliber is going to then be able to trigger his effect to add. It looks like we're going to have Breakthrough Skill to negate the Aliber's effect. Nothing bad there, means you don't have to worry. Here comes Alert of Darkness to draw 2 and then banish 1 Dark Monster from Jeff's hand. Again, if he doesn't have a Dark Monster to banish. Anyways, the Dark Magician going out for the banish cost. The cost of the Alert of Darkness. I think the Aliber is 19, but no, right, yeah. The King Ryo can actually go here and punch over the Aliber. That is completely funny. Not mentioning Breakthrough Skill is actually can be activated twice, but banishes itself from the graveyard to resolve its secondary effect. But we'll have to see how this kind of ends. But Jeff has 3 back row, Omar has 2. I think the King Ryo, of course, now back turned on, meaning that no cards can be added to the hand, and he also going to be used to negate a special summon. So, I mean, the King Ryo does have 100 more attacks. So, anyways, we're going to summon out Mr. Ice Hand. So, anyways, 19 over 18, dealing 100 points of damage, and then Ice Hand is going to go in for the damage as well. Very interesting that he didn't decide to just go Ice Hand, go to die, so that he could trigger Ice Hand and then pop a back roll, but who knows. But anyways, now the Thunder King Ryo does put pain on Jeff, because if he can't get in, if he didn't hard draw into Branded Fusion or any of his major named spell card. Apologies, I had to answer some more judging questions about Alright, anyways, actually, let me see. But anyways, what happened there is Jeff triggered the Imperm to turn off the Thunder King Ryo. The problem is that he played a card in the Imperm column. Imperm turns the entire column off, even where it resolved. So yeah, so not the branded opening that was attempt to activate there was negated. Had to pay the cost, but effect was negated, so it resolved without effect. So anyways, Melio is going to be grabbing the one and only Gravedigger's Trap Hole. And then now we have an Ice Hand Melio and Thunder King Ryo coming in for the good punch. A heavy amount of damage coming in here on the fun of anyway. So Melio coming in, then Thunder King Ryo, and then Mr. Ice Hand. So that is so it looks like main phase 2. I think we're gonna go for it. Is it gonna happen? We're gonna see something amazing. Your time in the round. Alright. But anyways, we're just kind of looking around whether or not what we're going to overlay to. It's very interesting. I wonder what it could be. I could take a guess, but I don't want to say for certain whether or not it is a Pacific man, myth or legend, or whether or not the opponent is at that point in life points. But anyways, it does look like it. We're gonna go the Trap Trick monster here. And that is the end of that. I thought we were going to go to Gaga Cowboy and go for Cowboy for game. Cowboy for game. So we have branded in red. So Aliber is being added back to the hand.
Oh, I want some. Man, you didn't buy that for me. You bought that.
Alright, so anyways, we got Fallen Balabaz and Aliber being triggered for, of course, the branded fusion.
Okay.
Here.
So she burped and immediately got heartburn. I asked her if she's pissed on a stick yet. And she goes, what kind of stick? A brown one or like a twin?
So anyways, those two cards are going to get the Aliber back down. Now we have the Clarius that on effect, and we're just going to strike it. Alright. Well, anyways, here we go. Apologies, there was a question on activating strike, but the timing window has left. The strike would have had to have gone after the branded in red, not the Coloris. Now we're gonna trigger breakthrough skill to target Coloris to Coloris. So we're going to negate the effect. So and we're going to go 25 over the Trap Trick monster. The question whether or not Omar has a response to that. So anyways, it's going to get hit with going to get hit with a Mirror Force. Again, the Coloris would have been able to trigger, but breakthrough skill negated the effect, the entire effect of the cards. So. So anyways, we have the draw here, and then swing for game. All right, Omar claiming the win.